Ba-da-ba-bum, ba-da-ba-bum. I got him, you got him, we got him. Comic issues, yeah!
Hey everybody, welcome to Comic Issues episode 30. I'd like to thank everybody for all the comments that they put on the previous video. We have 7 numbers to put on the wheel. I think that ties a record, maybe beats the record, I'm not sure. I'm just going to get into this video really. I haven't really felt good. I had my second COVID shot and it's kind of whipping my butt today. I had it yesterday. So if you guys have had it, awesome. If not, maybe get out there and do it. It's not that bad. You know, if you do have side effects, it's not that bad. Anyways, yeah, let's get into spinning the wheel. We got 7 numbers, like I said, and let's see what we get, guys. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's spin this thing. Spinning, 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 spinning. Look at all those numbers. F69 wins it, guys. F69. Here's the available numbers for this week. So just take a letter and a number that corresponds. It's not in the parentheses. Put it in the comments down below. Get your name on this, or your number on this wheel. We'll spin it. We'll get that comic out of that box and review it. You can say, I had my comic pick reviewed on Comic Issues. Like, that's a big thing. But anyways, it's still cool. Yeah, appreciate it, guys. We'll be right back with this comic. Hey, guys, we're back. Got the comic. There it is. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Let's pull this thing and see what it is. Blop, 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 beep. What is this? Fate of the Blade. DW. This is an off-the-wall kind of deal. Fate of the Blade. Number 4. Recommended for mature readers. I don't know who this is. I never read this. It's number 4. Yeah. Well, let's get into it. See what it's about. Hey guys, there's not really much to say about this one. There's not a lot going on in there. It's just over and over a little bit of things that happen. They even go on to, you know, print the same 2 pages just zoomed in 3 times, and I'll tell you where that happens. Not impressed with this one. Fate of the Blade. The reason that I bought this one, I believe, is because it's another one of those ones where when I started collecting, I had the opportunity to buy all of them. So I was trying to buy full runs, and this one looked kind of cool. Just goes to show you, sometimes you get burned. So anyways, Chris Saraceni wrote this. He's only done about 46 issues. He primarily Transformers and Street Fighter. The art was done by Job Yaman, and the only thing he's done is Amazing Forest. I haven't seen anything else. He's only done a handful of comics beside this one. So our story starts with about 5 pages of zooming down. So it starts at the top of Los Angeles, and you see the city, and you see a group of people, really small. So it zooms down a little bit, and then you see some chat bubbles, and they're saying, oh well, it's kind of like this snake oil salesman, right? He's doing all these limericks, just everything's rhyming. It's like Dr. Seuss, but they're kind of bad rhymes. But it goes on for pages, and so there's really not much to show you. Here's, once we get down there to it, you can see here he's got his pamphlets, and he's trying to sell something, right? He's selling memories is what he's doing. So he finally gets down to it and says that he can sell memories, and now we get a full frontal shot of this guy, and he looks like something from 30 Days of Night. It's a pretty cool picture, actually. It's raining. You can kind of see the rain coming down, and that's what he's selling. So he's asking, is there anybody who wants to take me up on this offer? And here comes this cloaked lady in a poncho. She's like, I need to remember. How much do you charge? He's like, well, we can work something out. Let's go back to my shop. We'll see what we can do. I take cash up front. She's like, all right, whatever. So here they're in his shop. It's like a little seedy place, but he's got this cool equipment here, and it looks like he's gonna do something to her, right? It's kind of Matrixy kind of thing. So he's asking, do you want a sex memory? That's what everybody wants, a sex memory. Nah, you don't want a sex memory with that kind of body. So what do you want? And she shows him a sword, and she's like, I want to remember how to use this. And he's like, whoa, I've never done that before. I usually just do sex memories. But, if you're willing to pay me up front, I can do it. It's going to take a lot more work, but there is one thing. So, while I'm in there, to keep you from knowing about me, I erase the memory of me from you. You'll know that you came here, you'll remember everything that I'm putting back in your mind, and that's basically it. I've been burned before, I've got my cerebrum license taken, and I don't want it to happen again. So here we see he's getting her all set up, and telling her a little bit of the backstory about how this began, and it was the military did it. Imagine that, right? So they did memory implantation so that they can train their soldiers rather quickly. So instead of training them for months, you can just implant how to remember how to fight. So that got some hackers got into that, and they stole the programming and started selling it on the dark web. And then Joe Schmo was able to get that same kind of memory and relive G.I. Joe memories. So now here we see she's getting stuff implanted into her brain, right? Here's the part that just keeps going over and over and over, but it just keeps zooming down. So there's 2 pages of this, like some brain synapses or something like that, and then you see these ninjas just working out, and then underneath that you'll see some kung fu people, like from old Japanese art. So yeah, it's wide at first, it zooms in over 6 pages, guys. 6 pages of the same thing. It's almost like the writer didn't know what he wanted to do. Why did he put out so many comics if 6 comics when you could tell the story in 4? Yeah, so next thing you know, she's waking up in a seedy, dark alley, and there's a "You're welcome" note sitting beside her. She doesn't remember anything about that, but she gets the sword out, and you can kind of see it. It took me a little while to figure out what's going on here. Look like some worms in the background there, but it's not worms. It's actually her. This is how they chose to do, showing her moving through the doing a flip, right? Most of the time, the best looking picture is the one at the end, and not the other way around to make it look like she's not where she's at now, right? So I feel like they did this backwards. The outline, less texturized picture should be the one that's still sitting there, because she's not there anymore, right? She's flipped 2 times. So that's a kind of a gripe for me. And it's always raining here too, man. It reminds me of The Crow. This whole story kind of reminds me of The Crow, a bad Crow. The story, The Crow, because I like The Crow. So anyways, we go down the red light district, and she's at Telly's strip club. So here we see, I thought this was a thing on the door. I thought she was trying to push through the door here, but later on you'll see that she's not trying to push through the door. This is actually a medallion that she has, right? And she's comparing that medallion to this thing on the door, which is the next panel. So I thought she was actually pushing through that door, and it's not that. Anyway, she goes up to the bouncer, and he's like, you can't come in. She's like, I'm the new dancer. You gotta let me in. Telly's waiting for me. He's like, nah, you're not on the list. You're not allowed in. She's like, okay, well, that's okay. Just give this to Telly for me. And she holds up the little lion pendant, and she's like, I hope he's not too mad that I wasn't able to get in. So the bouncer's like, dang, man, now you put me in a hard spot. Okay, let's do it. So he's letting her in, and he notices she has a sword on her back. She's like, whoa, you can't bring that in here. And she says, well, it's part of my act. I don't tell you how to do your job, man. And he's like, well, I'm going to lose my job, but Just leave it backstage until you get up, till you get on stage. She's like, all right, that's cool. She doesn't do it. Once she's in there, she goes straight up for Telly's back room. But here we see Telly and a couple of his goons back here cutting some blow. So it turns out that he's reading the newspaper, and in the newspaper it says there's a Hollywood producer that's been killed by a car explosion, right? And his wife is missing. She's wanted for questioning. Guess who his wife is? The chick with the sword. Yeah, right. So she's back for vengeance. Now we know what's going on here. And Punisher kind of deal. So they're saying, do we have, are we in the clear? Are the cops not on us anymore? And Telly's like, yeah, it seems like we're in the clear. What they didn't know was that guy was running a drug racket, and now I'm taking all of his business. Nobody cares as long as the drugs get sold. So we're in it, man. We're in it. So they're doing blow, and he's like, hey guys, stop doing that blow. It's going to rot your brain. You're just take some weed. And I guess there was a girl down here giving them the business the whole time. And she says, I thought I was next. And there's a knock on the door. The guy goes to the door, opens it up. He's like, what, man? There's nobody out here. And then immediately you see her running. Look at that. It looks so cool. I don't know why they all look like vampires. I don't think they are vampires, but they all look like vampires. Looks like she's coming out of some rectum or something in the background. The art's not that great in this thing. I mean, it's better than I could do, but I don't know. He must have been really like pushing to get this thing out or something, because some of the stuff looks good, some of it just looks not good. Anyways, she cuts the guy's hand off that was at the door so that he can't shoot her. But Telly has a submachine gun, so he starts shooting the submachine gun. All these bullets are flying at her. But she does the old Leonardo and hits all the bullets right back at him. And he falls out the door and goes running off. So she's back to taking care of this guy that looked out that was looking out the door that she just cut his hand off. And she's like, you don't remember me, do you? He's like, I remember you. And it's a picture of him licking her throat. So it is like the Crow, right, where they break in and they think they're killing both of them, and they end up, I think she gets raped or something like that. I know that's what happens to the Crow, but I think that's what happened to her. And this is my panel pick, guys. Check this out. This is really good. Just slicing that guy's throat, and the motion, and it just looks really nice. I like this. And that's it, guys. Nice quick one. Yeah, it was okay. Like I said, I don't understand why it's 6 comics long or 5 comics long, whatever it is. And I probably won't read it again. I won't read the rest of them, I'll tell you that. And I give this a Christmas in Wonderland. Yeah, Christmas in Wonderland. So if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Remember to put your box pick down below. I have a lot of I've been buying a lot of comics lately, going on a lot of hunts, so I have a bunch of comics to showcase here. So I'll be doing my haul videos sprinkled throughout. And anyways, thanks for joining me. Be good to yourselves. Have a good one.